Hey kids, what's up? If you recall, 2 weeks ago we were working on Just What I Needed by The Cars, which is an excellent song with all kinds of cool guitar stuff happening in it. This is why I stoop over to talk about it and teach it to y'all. For free, no less. Because our esteemed friend Steve paid for it, so you can thank him in the comments. Thanks, Steve. Okay, so last time we were here, I'm just going to review some of that, and then I'm going to go through basically up to just before the chorus. Sorry, you're not going to get the chorus today. Sorry. Okay, so the intro, we're going to refine a little bit. Hey. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Yeah, sorry, playing a Telecaster. I know it's a Les Paul. Too bad. Okay. E power chord, you do that for the first 4 measures where you're just playing one note. Okay, really it's actually separate performances. This is one performance and then the other performance is actually this. But hey, if you're by yourself, how are you going to make this happen? This is how. Okay, so what you're going to do is like so, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I do a little palm muting, one with the palm just gently on those strings right there. And then on measures 5 through 5 through, I really need an elevator. 5 through 8. Measures 5 through 8, or a camera person. On measures 5 through 8, you're going to play 4 and with the accents. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. And then you get into the verse. Oh man, I really want that elevator. So then you get into the verse and you just play the palm muted part through the first 8 bars. Now, I will note this, that if you listen very closely with a very high fidelity recording, you will hear 2 guitar parts through the first 8 bars of the verse. You will hear one in the left channel that is playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 very faithfully, perfectly palm muted, perfectly executed. And then the other one in the center channel is going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Also palm muted. This may be slightly quiet. I could only really hear it when I was listening into headphones on the fabulous Tidal hi-fi streaming. It was awesome. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. And then that happens twice. And then on the end of 4, dramatically enters Elliot Easton. Oh yes. And he's going to play a little slide, a little sound effect sound from the 4th fret of the low E string on the end of 4. You'll notice they make all their guitar entrances in interesting places. Rather than on the downbeat, they're often on beat 4 or the end of 4 because it's cool. So, for example, actually, Benjamin Orr on the bass makes his entrance on the 4th beat of the 1st bar of the verse. Check it out. Okay, so, no, and a 4, sorry. Okay, so, and Easton comes in 8 bars later on the 8 of, 7 bars later on the end of 4. And then he plays this cool, it's just like a Chugel blues shuffle riff. I'm playing it here at the 12th and 14th fret. It's really going to confuse my friend Steve because I explained it to him otherwise. But there are a couple options here. I have to talk slower for YouTube, I think. Okay, so it's 1 and 2 and 4 and. I've got my first finger at the 12th fret and my 3rd finger at the 14th fret of the A. 12th fret of the E, 14th fret of the A, and then I'm going to use my 4th finger at the 16th fret of the A. 1 and 2 and 4 and. I'm palm muting these right now, but you can open them up a little bit, I think. And then you do the same thing down here for the B chord, the next measure. but at the 7th and 9th frets, and then the 11th fret with the 4th finger. And then the coolest thing ever is he does the same thing, but on the C sharp minor chord, so he actually goes 1 fret higher. I don't think I've ever heard anybody do this on any other recording where they've changed this rhythm guitar riff that goes, you know, traditionally we hear Chuck Berry style, but they're doing it syncopated. 1 and 2 and 4 and. Talk slower, Cone, talk slower. 1 and 2 and 4 and then 1 and 2 and 4 and. On the C sharp minor, he just does it on the end of 2, not on the end of 4. So 1 and 2 and 4 and then you get down here to the G sharp chord, which is where we really start opening up the guitar. Is he plays 1 and 2 and then on the and of 2, 1 and 2 and 4 and. That's where you start striking more strings, maybe even all of them. I like it. I think it actually sounds like he's playing 3 strings and then 4. But you know, hey, be cavalier, have fun with it. 1 and 2 and 4 and then we get down to the E chord. So we're gonna add suspension on the E chord. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's the first 2 upstrokes of the entire song on the ands of 2 and 3 of this measure. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 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 And then, this is the nearest way I can figure out how to do this and get it to sound right, is come all the way up here. And you're going to do the same thing to make a B chord. You can use your thumb at the 7th fret. And just using the same E shape you used here, you make a B chord. Except he doesn't do 2 and 3 and this time he just does 1, 2, 3 and. Wasn't that great? 1, 2, 3 and. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Those 2 measures together. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and. So, ugh. And then, we're going to go down to the N4, N1, N2, N3, N4, N. Just simple 8th note strumming on the G sharp and A chords. Perhaps with a little crescendo would make it nice, yeah? So let me see if I can play those 4 bars. I haven't actually practiced this. I've just been transcribing it. Oh God, not that part. Hey, that's the keyboard part. And yeah, no, I'm not talking about that today. And that's all we're gonna get basically today, because now the next 8 measures you basically play in the style of measures 17 through 20, where you go and then again B, C sharp, whatever the next second verse is. Okay, you really want it, don't you? You want the keyboard part. Okay, fine, I'm doing it. So, and the cool little Elliot Easton guitar lick. Fine. If I was going to play that keyboard lick on guitar, I might do it this way. 12th fret of the B string, 13th fret of the G, and then back, and then 12, 11, 9 on the E string, 12 on the B string. That's a B sharp for those paying attention at home, because that is the 3rd of a G sharp major chord. Do that again. And then you do the same thing again. And except I'm going to slide down here, and that's only an 8th note there. on beat 4 because then I've got to quickly transition from being a Moog keyboard, Moog it's pronounced. Probably it's a Prophet, I don't know. I'm a guitar player. Anyway, whatever. Talk slower, Cone. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 1, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and then you're back into the verse. So you have to transition from being a keyboard to a guitar player in a split second, or just don't play the keyboard part. Okay, what's happening there? Some lovely double stops. Slide maybe from the 7th to the 9th, maybe from the 8th to the 9th. I don't know. I did this really fast, I'll be honest. 2nd and 3rd fingers, 9th fret of the G string and E string. 2nd and 3rd fingers, 7th fret, G string and E string. 2nd finger on the G string at the 6th fret, 1st finger on the 5th fret of the E string. You gotta slide into them all really quick. Man, Elliot Easton is great. Every just little bit that needs to be there and nothing else. Okay, that's all I got for you today. Come back in maybe another week, maybe another 2 weeks, and we'll do some more of this song. It's fun.